BTW 21. My name's Loch Boyce. I'm a veterinarian from Patrick Springs, Virginia, and the name of the show is Off the Track because that's where we usually wind up. And tonight we're going to start off the track and on the trail with Mr. Bob Norris.
How are you, sir?
Bob's runs what, Nelson Auto Repair?
Nelson Salvage, I run.
Nelson Salvage and Auto Repair
Yes, sir.
in
Bassett,
Bassett.
yes, sir.
So we're pleased to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Are you from here locally?
No, my family's from all over the place. We've been here 25 years though, so
Been here
feel
25 years
feel
in
like
Henry
it's it's home. So
Yeah, well, let me give you a clue. In Patrick County, they still refer to you as a new guy after 33 years.
okay,
So, you know,
well that's all right. That's all right.
That's the way it goes.
Yes, sir.
So where'd you come here from?
Last place we lived was the Catskill regions of New York State,
Oh yeah.
up in the country up there.
Well, that's beautiful.
It is just cold and
It's
cold.
colder
More cold,
than
a lot
here.
colder.
But the topography is a lot like
A lot of the
some
land,
Patrick
yeah,
County.
a lot of the land and lays quite the same, and a lot of the foliage, et cetera, is the same. One of the reasons we chose this area was really pretty much the same, except a whole lot warmer.
Yeah. After all, they filmed Dirty Dancing down in North Carolina.
There you go.
So it's so much like the Catskills.
Yeah.
But it was warmer and they had a longer season to film.
That's right.
So that's why they did that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what brought you to Henry County?
Oh, I searched for a place to live that there was low crime, low taxes, good schools, and good people. And it took me a pretty good while to find exactly what I wanted. And again, I didn't want to get too far away from the topography and everything else that I was used to. And same trees, mostly the same critters, and mostly everything the same.
Yeah.
So it just move a little bit in and off the coast towards the Blue Ridge Mountains and the foothills, and boom, you're there.
And you wound up, you settled down
Horse pasture.
off Horse Pasture Price Road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On, I think, what's the name of the road there?
The name of the road is Mountain Laurel Trails.
Mountain Laurel Trails.
Yeah.
I got a couple of horse clients that I see down that road every once in a while.
There's a stable there.
And there is. There's a stable down there. And you have 150 acres that you've had for 25 years.
Over 100 acres, yes, sir.
Yeah. And you said you had trails cut in it for horses and just kind of.
There were trails there, and when the kids were younger, we did the horse thing quite a bit. We still have 3 or 4 pasture ornaments, I call them. They're out there for the rest of their lives. And anyway, the kids grew up, got out of horses, so the land pretty much sat there for quite a long time. We
I know how that is.
Occasionally walked or hiked or whatever, or went looking for somebody's missing dog, or even at some points we've been looking for missing people and children out, because we border thousands of acres too as well.
Yeah.
So it really didn't get much use for a long time, probably 10 or more years.
Well, it's beautiful country out in that part of the county. It's the western edge of the Henry County. And how did you get into the bike trail business?
Well, it's not really that long of a story. My previous job I had was a sedentary type job, a lot of sitting, a lot on the computer, a lot of talking on the phone, a lot of eating fast food, doing nothing.
yeah.
So I gained a bunch of weight. I got up to about 265 pounds. Went to the vet. Well,
Whatever.
I could have, been the same
guy.
thing. It might have been cheaper to go to the vet than the doctor.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went to the doctor, and he said, he diagnosed me with type 2 diabetes, of course, because I had gotten so heavy. And I asked him what I should do, and he said, well, I'll tell you what I do to stay trim and fit is I ride mountain bikes. And I started to think about it, and I said, well, that sounds like fun. It can't be that hard,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, I went and bought a mountain bike, and I made a little trail, maybe half a mile long or a mile long. I about had 2 or 3 strokes, riding on it, gasping for breath, out of air. Anyway, it snowballed from there, and after 2.5 years now, so we're up to 10 miles, and we ride 2 and 3 and 4 days a week, the whole thing, and I've lost 45 pounds. So it's a win-win situation. I'll tell you one funny thing though. Went to the doctor here a few weeks ago. My type 2 diabetes is basically gone at this point, which is nice. And I noticed he started getting a little portly around the edges, so I went over to him and I said, Doc, I think it's about time for you to start riding mountain bikes. And
Yeah.
he laughed.
Where he can ride.
Yeah. But that's the story of the trails, how they got started.
So, but then how did it really catch on? Did you get a group of interested people come in there and they wanted to use the facility, or did you go out and recruit people like that, or?
All of the above, pretty much.
All the above.
There was a small mountain biking group of people in this area, not necessarily small, but not connected in any way, right?
Not organized.
Right. So when we built the trails, we got some help from people in the community. Matt Huckfelt opened up a bike shop in town,
Right.
which really has helped. And him and I are great friends. We speak to each other every day. And between the bike shop and that, and there is a bike club in Morrisville, Henry County, between that we pulled a lot of resources together. And now it's not uncommon for us to have 10 or 20 riders on a group ride, which is pretty awesome.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun too, because you're out in the woods in the country. There's no noise, no cars, no people, and it's just really, really enjoyable.
And these trails are rustic.
Right.
We're not talking about rail trails like pavement.
Right.
These are actually,
In the woods.
In the woods.
Right. And
Through
there's
rhododendron.
through rhododendron, mountain laurels. Actually, there are some
Mountain
out there.
laurels.
But it's what's called a single track in the biking world. And just so you know, it's also the trails used by runners, hikers, joggers, whatever. So it's a multi-use trail. It primarily was designed for mountain biking.